Okay students, so let us now move ahead and start with the step 3. So step 3 includes design of bell mouth. Okay, so step 3, design of bell mouth. Okay, so we know that for design of bell mouth we need diameter, right? So area of bell mouth will be equals to discharge by velocity through the bell mouth. Right, so what is the discharge that we are getting? 0.311, and velocity through bell mouth is 0.30, right? That is already given in the data. Okay, so this will be equals to 1.037 meter square. Okay, so therefore if dB, the diameter of bell mouth, therefore pi by 4 into d square will be equals to 1.037, right? Therefore d will be equals to under root of 4 into 1.037 divided by 5, and therefore diameter of bell mouth comes out to be equals to 1.15 meter. Okay, now we know that bell mouth is something like this. Okay, so this is bell mouth, right? And here above this there will be a screen like this with holes. Hemispherical screen will be there. Okay, so we need to find out the number of holes required. Okay, so if diameter of small holes in hemispherical screen is assumed as 15 mm, right? You can assume in between anything between 10 to 20 mm. Okay, so we are assuming over here 15 mm. Therefore area of each hole will be equals to pi by 4 into 15 square, right? That will be equals to pi by 4 into 0.015 square. I am writing in meter, right? So this will be equals to 1.767 into 10 to the power 5 minus 4 meter square, right? Therefore number of holes required will be equals to area of bell mouth divided by area of holes, right? So this will be equals to 1.037 divided by 1.767 into 10 to the power minus 4, and this comes out to be equals to 5868.2, that is approximately equals to 5869 numbers, right? So this is the step 3, right? So we found out that the bell mouth entry with the hemispherical screen will be of diameter how much? 1.15 meter, with 5869 number of holes. Okay, so we can write over here, provide bell mouth with 1.15 meter diameter and 5869 number of holes of 15 mm on hemispherical screen. Okay, so this is about step 3. Okay students, so let us now move towards the next step, that is the step 4. Okay, so step 4 includes design of intake conduit. Design of intake conduit, right? So here we need to assume velocity through the conduit. So assume velocity of flow equals to 1.5 meter per second, right? Now area of conduit required will be equals to A, that will be equals to Q by V, right? So this will be equals to, area will be equals to 0.311 divided by 1.5, right? And that's equals to 0.2073 meter square, right? So therefore if D is diameter of conduit, right? So therefore pi by 4 into D square equals to 0.2073, right? Therefore D equals to under root of 4 into 0.2073 divided by pi, and therefore diameter of particle will be equals to 0.514 meter, or approximately equals to 0.55 meter, right? So if we provide diameter of 0.55 meter, then what will be the velocity, right? So for that, so if we provide 0.5 meter diameter, then what will be the discharge, right? So therefore velocity will be equals to Q by A, which is equals to 0.311 divided by pi by 4 into 0.55 square. Then this will be equals to 1.31 meter per second, right? So if you provide diameter of 0.55 meter, then the velocity of flow will be 1.31 meter per second. Okay, students, so next step is to find out head loss, right? So head loss can be found out using Hazen-Williams equation, right? That is Hazen-Williams equation, where V equals to 0.85 CH R raised to 0.63 S raised to 0.54, right? Where CH is coefficient of pipe material, right, which is usually taken as 130. R is nothing but hydraulic mean depth, that is nothing but D by 4, right? So what is diameter? We have found out 0.55 by 4, and that will be equals to 0.138 meter, right? And we need to find out the bed slope, right? So bed slope we'll find out from this equation. Therefore V is taken as 1.50, which we have assumed, 0.85, CH 130, R 0.138 raised to 0.63, and S raised to 0.54. So by equating this equation, point S raised to 0.54 will be equals to 1.50 divided by 0.83 into 130 into 0.138 raised to 0.63. Therefore, S comes out to be equals to 351 3.51 into 10 raised to minus 3, right? Or it can be said as 1 in 284.73. It means that if you travel 284.73 meter in horizontal direction, then there will be difference in elevation of 1 meter. Okay, so this is the bed slope. Now we need to find HL, that is the head loss. So head loss is given by length into bed slope, right? So we know length and we know bed slope. Length is given as 0.5 kilometer of length, 0.5 kilometer into S. So in order to convert this into meter, it will be 500 meter into S, that is 3.51 into 10 to the power minus 3. So head loss will come out to be equals to 1.755 meter. Okay, so once again, if in order to find head loss, you will have to use Hazen-Williams equation. From Hazen-Williams equation, you will find out S, that is the bed slope, and from bed slope you will find out the head loss. Okay, so final value head loss equals to 1.755 meter. Okay, so this is how we design the canal intake structures. Okay, I hope you must have understood. Okay, students, so that's all for today's video. We will be discussing some new topics in the next video.